What is going on, guys? It is Jamil with MILMID Studios. Just wanted to do a quick video. I'm actually in the middle of shooting a wedding. We have a little bit of a break. We did the newlywed photos and next up is a reception. So there's a bit of a gap in between. So I just wanted to make a quick video because I picked up this camera. I rented it as my B camera. This is the Canon R8 and I have the 28mm f2.8 attached to it. Look at the size of this thing. I've never had any interest in this camera, never had any desire to hold it or even test it out. But this was the last RF camera that they had at the rental place. So I was like, frick, it's gonna be a B cam, like just to stack inside of my fanny pack. I'll take it. Knowing that it was full frame, and later I figured out that it has the same sensor as the R6 Mark II, it's a no-brainer. It's such a nice affirmative grip. Look at the size of it. My hands are pretty big. This is perfect for like a discrete street camera, especially if we have a lens like the 28mm f2.8. So let's look at some of the drawbacks for a camera like this. It has no IBIS, right? You don't have that in-body stabilization, but you have to have some sacrifices when you're looking at the size and profile of this thing. You can't have it all, right? Overheating, to my understanding, is not an issue. In my application, it's not going to be an issue because I'll just be doing photos with this. I would really have no reason to do video with this camera. So for me, I would use it completely for photo, completely for street photography, and maybe even a travel cam. Another thing is that obviously the battery on this little guy is going to be pretty dinky. That's exactly what it is. So this is the battery. It is the LPE17. So small batteries, but I'm guessing, and I haven't done any research on this, but I'm guessing that these batteries are not very expensive. And even if you wanted to buy some aftermarket ones, depending on what your views are on using aftermarket batteries. But these batteries, I'd say you get like 4 and you're good. Holding this camera, it really kind of humbled me, and it made me reconsider, my mindset when it comes to gear. If I'm looking for a camera to do street photography with, you want something small, you want something light, you want something discreet. This sort of fits the bill. You don't need in-body stabilization for street photography, at least not how I do it. A lot of the times I'm doing hip firing. I'm shooting from the hip. So my settings are going to be from anywhere from like f8 to f16 or f11. Shutter speed's going to be like 1/500th at least, or 1/1000th. And then ISO, I just leave it to auto ISO. So you don't need IBIS for that. I'm shooting from the hip. I'm walking around and shooting from the hip. And this guy, with it being so small, like you're going to be so discreet. So this camera, just holding it, is all it really took for me to be like, wait, why have I not considered this thing? And this is about $1,000 cheaper than the Canon R6 Mark II. So I just wanted to kind of bring this to your guys' attention. I don't know if you guys are using the R8. If you are, let me know how you feel about it. I might actually pick one up. Like I said, it sort of humbled me in a way that you don't need the gear with all of the features, because depending on what your application is, you may not need all of those features. But we're talking about having the same sensor as the R6 Mark II without in-body stabilization, a smaller battery, and a smaller package. I mean, there are drawbacks, but there are a lot of benefits to having a camera like this, depending on what your application is. So yeah, I just wanted to sort of bring this to your attention. If you're looking for a camera and you're looking, at the spec sheets and you're like, no, I want it to have everything, kind of just take a step back and be like, what do I need? And some people may need the in-body stabilization, and that might just rule this guy out from the get. But it's good to sort of look within and be like, okay, what am I using this for? Is this a working camera? Is this a hobby camera? What sort of shooting am I doing? And then make your decision based on that. So it was a good thing for me to kind of look within myself and be like, okay, I got to recenter, recalibrate. So yeah, let me know if you guys have used this camera, what you think of it, if it served you well, what the battery life is like. Like I said, I haven't done much research on this camera. I haven't looked at many reviews, but literally holding it is what really made me feel like, wow, this is something else. This is nice to have such a small camera. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. Let me know in the comments if you are interested in the R8, or if you have rented it, or you've used it, or if you own it, and how you feel about it. Remember, guys, the best gear is the gear you have, and the best photos are the ones you take. Don't forget to keep on shooting.